Gotta trip off this shit. Boom! This album welcome. Go and get yourself a copy and be happy.
Don't underestimate
Optimystic Populists, dropping this. I wanna know everything. If you crank the vocals up out there, please show me the fucking truth.
Cause this is one wise. Sort your spitting.
Graham D, Ben Dragon, DJ State of Mind.
However, it had to go down.
Go ahead and reach way far out. Optimistic populists ignite the spark, walk what we talk and be about it. Scream about it, no doubt, to try to enlighten when we speaking out loud in the forms of rhymes, raining down like a thundercloud. Evolution takes time. OP crush the paradigm, brush the imaginary line. These frequencies are parasites, well disguised, ejected from my mind's frontal lobe. A host delinquencies, making Acropolis got me hip hop overdosed. I'm ever so close to the end of my rope. I think these rhythms are my last hope. Sessions are blessings, my rehab helping me to cope. It's refreshing just to express these thoughts repressed, still cloaked in secrecy, never ever to be confessed. This is the renaissance at best. Behind enemy lines, reconnaissance will keep me fresh, and I hold my rhythms dear to me like a family crest. Indomitable spirit till I'm old and bearded, living off mic checks.
Independently struggling, the underground will always run things. We bubbling when it comes to raw feeling and tribulation. That's our sound.
My percussion strikes the tempo surgically, while I personally serve your murderous mentality with a big dose of reality. You cannot control we. Optimistic populists, hip-hop monopolists. Anything less than perfection would be preposterous. The imposters are filling up the rosters with would-be rappers who have no mastery of the craft. Yet they're asking me if I can represent. I'm hell-bent on denting your brain with the name Pendragon. Fuck your bandwagon, I prefer to walk. If that's a problem, please dial 188, eat my cock. The point of being an MC is to rock the mic fluently, make the beat and the crowd bounce up and down congruently, and use the opportunity to influence the youth. But you'd rather have me spit lies, go on stage disguised as a crip killing, coke dealing, over-golded gun toter. 4 times out of 5, a fresh mind can beat a tech 9. While many try to keep their careers alive by spitting trashy jive, I revel in the profound pulse of the underground. With my shimmering limericks, I hemorrhage verbal leverage. In reverence to the roots of hip-hop, I refrain from irrelevance. And definitely I intend to be the MC you seek when your curiosity is piqued. I expose animosity, make sure the truth gets leaked. Cranial MCs like steel-belted radios, except we don't blow out, we blow up.
Independently struggling, the underground will always run things. We bubbling when it comes to raw feeling and tribulation. That's our sound.
These extraneous circumstances have tremendous repercussions. The percussion's got my blood rushing, circulation reversed with verses. As suicide bombers spraying, blowing up churches, graffiti writers spray burners on vertical surfaces. We're conversion on this. Brainstorming on ways to resist the conquest. The test of time will tell. Laws not well in society. I recommend we rebel. Don't get mad, that's just what I feel. Can't be stopped from doing what I feel is real. In my diagrammatical representation or schematic that kills. Gray matter splattering colorful data across your ologies and isms to reflect creative light through your mental prism.
My syntactical assault is an invasion by persuasion. Silver-tongued syllables make your gullible side shiver. Come to the parade of clones, the droning charade of men who got it made. While the aristocracy advocates meritocracy, the conservatives get rich while the vast masses get dick. My squad consists of hand-picked heretics and rhythmic terrorists out to embarrass the system and encourage resistance. Optimistic, our belief that good must ultimately prevail. Populist, a movement of and by ordinary people seeking to equalize the impropriety plaguing our society. We won't go quietly, we'd rather be rioting in the streets while the congressional creeps decide if the poor folks get to eat. Like egg yolks roasting in the heat. We gelling hard and yell the smartest lyrics that you've ever heard. And I'll keep it that way, that's my word.
Independently struggling, the underground will always run things. We bubbling when it comes to raw feeling and tribulation. That's our sound.
Bastardize former linguistics and shift shape like a holograph or a rough draft for that matter. There's no normal profile to fit this chitter chatter. Yo, it's just not friendly banter. Cause this is one wise when we invent and get descriptive. We're not characters depicted. From the underground up, we get wound up and uplifted. Then unwind and transform, mutate a soundscape for the rhymes. We've got mad form and more mind power. It's a way to escape. My heart races as I express these thoughts of late. Tune out distractions and concentrate on the path ahead. Yo, but it's hard to see the path ahead when all you see is red. All these folks staying up and I'm staying fed. And I'm fed up with time wasted. If there's no data sent, then there's no data received.
Everywhere we go,
Our gray matter is perceived as a threat. If there's no data sent, then there's no data received.
everywhere we go.
Our gray matter is perceived as a threat.
What do you expect? I think you don't expect too much. I think you inject too much. Matter of fact, I think you invest too much time thinking. Word about what other motherfuckers is thinking. Lyrics sick with you been drinking. Over this self-conscious, can't express what you been feeling. Unfocused, stress in the gut. Thinking about those drugs you dealing, clients you stealing. Babylon things going on in the mind. Step in the cipher, spitting her off. Still worrying about baby's mother, son, or daughter, father, time. Got yourself into a battle. Of course you failing. If you would've put the bottle down, hit the blunt, you'd be sailing. Idle the throttle down. Recruit, restate. Fuck for the clock. This battle's unlocked. It's time to walk the walk. Yes, some juice for the challenges. See, I'd rather fail miserably than live in the misery of pop culture's monotony. The sloppiness and idiocy is an atrocity. I've said it before and I'll say it again until the end, until the day I die. I listen to music to cry and listen to gunshots go pop, pop, pop. Up in the air, it's time to tear this tyranny down. Burning Babylon, creating the fear, only wicked gets slew, no righteous do. Thought you knew, that's why your sound go flop, flop, flop. But I'm still here, listening to hip-hop. Or at least, what they call hip-hop rap. Man, when are we gonna advance as listeners, as musicians, dancers, artists? When are we gonna demand more from these artists? The fucking I'm not learning anything new these days. Nothing is surprising to me anymore. When are we gonna demand more from the musicians of today?
If there's no data sent,
Then there's no data received.
Everywhere we go,
our gray matter is perceived as a threat. If there's no data sent,
Then there's no data received.
everywhere we go.
our gray matter is perceived as a threat.
My art form was brought forth from the dark storms of thought swarming in my cerebrum. Ideas born through the pen and umbilical cord of an evangelical sword. My lord is language, while yours is scorn and anguish. While most focus on prosperity, my locus is posterity. Fuck your austerity. I seek clarity of vision and versatility in the face of adversity. I don't need a university to build a big vocabulary, cause my rhetorical rehearsal covers written and verbal. Writing epics like Virgil, ransacking civilization, sandblasting the name Pendragon on your imagination. This is the liberation of taboo, the proliferation of snafu, the penetration of pens into the voodoo doll that is the tomb of us all. Tune in for the last call. We are Optimystic Populists, here to hatch funerals for all your isms. Release those who scratch numerals on walls in your prisons. A social incision with a malignant appendix about to ruin your fucking holiday. Get what I saw today. Another fat cat got greased while a young mother takes to the streets. My only therapy is beats with a unique sense for syntax. I sharpen syllables for attack.
If there's no data sent,
Then there's no data received.
Everywhere we go,
our gray matter is perceived as a threat. If there's no data sent,
Then there's no data received.
everywhere we go.
our gray matter is perceived as a threat.
There's a certain drumbeat of scolding one hears these days about the need for students to learn facts.
This lyrical carpet bombing is like a speaker-to-ear missile, a crystal clear vocalization of that what you fear. I can't forget what I hear, I can't erase what I read, I can't ignore what I know. The cold facts fall like snow and accumulated in menacing figures with grimacing facial fixtures. I stand before them with a postmodern model that refuses to coddle the infantile notion that projectiles and explosions can defeat a Trojan enemy. We are all civilians within, even military men who shoot women and children in the name of their chain of command. All understand that this offends the official lie that you buy on the nightly news. The spoils of war, it's oil to fuel the American race car. Space stars juggling quasars on neutron stars that concern if the earth isn't far enough away. Kids receive TV, feed the goose-stepping units, straight from tunings of blood. I made music of love, but is it enough to challenge raw beat of dishonesty, battling to control the galaxy? We'll just have to wait and see.
This post-apocalyptic, cryptic, Cro-Magnon behavior, cold fusion of using the infinite energy of of nature, so I control my paranoid thoughts. But brainwaves dissipate into outer space, intercepted by astronauts. Intricate schemes and plots, cotton stored, extemporaneous thought thieves waging mental wars, scattered bombing out logic and traditional metaphors. With this low-tech assembly, assemble a team to project the stream of consciousness. Ear hustling haters and spies observing us in the mega necropolis. So I float above the radar amongst the star clusters and nebulas out way far. No batteries, but positively charged and camouflaged among the people. Anti-brainwash techniques made the multimedia coverage unbelievable. Thought patterns with holes in the logic unperceivable. No pragmatic solutions to the social upheaval. Just dogmatic imbeciles coining phrases like axis of evil. Hard to stay focused through all the hocus pocus. Tax man focus on the brokers, but they can't break this. Had me in the matrix like hearing the blue pill, and I ate them both to see how it tasted. Self-induced hallucinations left me with illustrations of children laughing while killing kids of other nations via PlayStation.
I must tell you that we're optimistic now than ever before. The people are rising. The people are beginning to rule.
Pen is mightier than your sword, cause words can hurt when I hit you with a full metal jack of verb that curses the day of your birth. I'm searching for a utopian cornucopia. I eat copious quantities of knowledge where all have a shot at college. Suppose the current collage of social espionage and Marat's laws. And these same frauds want to colonize the outer reaches of the starry sky, which I can only surmise as terrorized life forms that don't conform to our norm. What a fucking joke, can barely keep the earth afloat. While you play with a parable pile of leprechaun spots and how the shepherd protects his flock, I'd rather talk about the investor controls the crops and how the executive stays on top. While rude boys with the crude toys shoot joyless steel, and there's less young black men in school than in jail. We gotta feel the ailments and heal them holistically. We gotta deal with the layman who sadistically persist in the imperialist paradigm. Brother, can you spare some time to reflect on the abject horror that our culture's explorations left in its wake? It's either assimilation or smothering, or is there a difference? The only thing our process of discovery is uncovering is how long it will take for recovery.
I'm downloaded and hardwired up, the sound exploded, synapses fired up. My thoughts reflected the erosion of a system we're tired of. I stay inspired to rise above, but the gravity of the situation don't let me get as high as I should. There's a cavity in the nation needs to be fixed, but America's teeth are made of wood and their mouth of a lunatic, hosting nuclear picnics, acting like it's all good to be so close to blowing the earth to tidbits. So when the bass hits, I try to forget about radiation showers and mushroom clouds of evil men's fingertips. Fucking gangster magicians call politicians, wear big smiles and wingtips, busting hat tricks for the masses, puppets with hands up their asses. Media's the middleman under the influence of revenue, and you know where the cash is.
What we learn about the past does not give us absolute truth about the present, but it may cause us to look deeper than the glib statements made by political leaders and the experts quoted in the press. Teach nothing but facts, facts, facts.
Conscience I think the intelligence I get is darn good intelligence.
As the TV spews lewd imagery of nude misery imbued with history is telling me that George W.B. lied about WMDs. Iraq is the new Diallo, Afghanistan's now hollow, and this prick's lavishing the rich with new Lamborghini Diablos. This war's about old swords and black gold. I refuse to accept the official truth and salute the violence. Just stay silent when our commander-in-chief is a demented thief, cemented with the belief that Jesus Christ sent him to bring the Muslim world to its knees. You say you wage a war against atrocity, but it's more like animosity for now being an accomplice in your foreign policy hypocrisy. Yesterday it was dollar diplomacy, today is doom we say it will blow you away. No wonder they want to tear us under the USA with the line forms to the right. We've got a superficial official with the superstitious norms, up all night polishing missiles in the storm. I'm not racked with fear, but I feel for the innocent Iraqis that disappeared. Like over 40,000 voters you cleared from the rolls to control the polls, as you extol the virtues of democracy, hiding your own hypocrisy behind sanctimonious philosophies and felonious facades. You think your God's gonna spare you because your own terrorism is state-sponsored? About as good a chance of that as you celebrate Kwanzaa. To defend the soiled gown, to tend the toil and mend the frowns with empty promises and racial admonishment. I bet tying your shoes is a big accomplishment. I'm astonished that our president rides the short bus to work. To defend the soiled gown, to tend the toil and mend the frowns with empty promises and racial admonishment. I bet tying your shoes is a big accomplishment. I'm astonished that our president rides the short bus to work.
You said we're headed to war in Iraq. I don't know why you say that. I'm the person who gets to decide, not you.
Fuck you! And the horse you rode in on. We may be morons, but Enron's a bunch of cons, and I'm so pissed I've often gone Red Dawn. Well, most people felt layoffs, you dealt your people payoffs. You were way off if you believe anyone is relieved that you were conceived. Your daddy made more bucks than more bucks, so you rode through life in a tour bus, and now you spew more shit than a sewer flux. The State of the Union address is unabridged nonsense. Maybe it's cause you can't handle the tour, reading reports, you just got the synopsis. A cliff note presidency installed by a split vote in the court of supremacy, and now this motherfucker wants to supersede my civil liberties. It was 1773, we never would have accepted a deceptive presidency. He would have been tarred and feathered behind bars and tethered to a post. So I go solo while you tighten your bolo tie. You Texas Sprite loco, try communicating like Coco the ape. Maybe she could teach you some social grace, but then there's no accounting for taste, and even primates don't got that much time to waste. In a pantomime of candid crime, the bland slime stands the test of time and ties the hands of those who overstand and hatch plans. So pay no never mind to the man behind the curtain. He's just flirting with disaster, doing dashing deeds with the bastard decree of me. Clown. To defend the soiled gown, to tend the toil and mend the frowns with empty promises and racial admonishment. I bet tying your shoes is a big accomplishment. I'm astonished that our president rides the short bus to work. To defend the soiled gown, to tend the toil and mend the frowns with empty promises and racial admonishment. I bet tying your shoes is a big accomplishment. I'm astonished that our president rides the short bus to work.
In my state of the union, or my speech to the nation.
Send in the vein of my existence, a lame persistent migraine, dissecting my brain to implant the insane notion that this is how the cookie crumbles. Humbled by a pretzel, you fumbled the investment of trust thrust upon the elected, and now the nation lends a assault from within. You did everything to get the office but win. If it's not a sin to kill 1 million men, it is also not a sin to lie to 6 billion women and men. I'll ask you again, where were you on the night in question, the night of the election? Or maybe it'd be more appropriate to ask you where your brother Jeb's been. There's nothing exotic about the gaudy despotic executive branch, full of chronically idiotic, hypnotic homogeneity. The tragedy of a presidency up for dibs on eBay. No one gives a shit what we say, without a 2 comma contribution to the campaign. It's a damn shame that in my name more innocents are gonna die today, while newsbeat networks a nation of nitwits. American numbers never gave a shit. We've been misled by a marionette with an openly racist bent who's married us to the mob mentality. Missiles and meals, muscles and zeal. It's fucking surreal that a court case convicted the constituents and sentenced us to a 4-year con artist in residence. He stole the race, then had the audacity to bring his so-called democracy to the Arab states. We've been disgraced. Send in the clown. To defend the soiled gown, to tend the toil and mend the frowns with empty promises and racial admonishment. I bet tying your shoes is a big accomplishment. I'm astonished that our president rides the short bus to work. Send in the clown. To defend the soiled gown, to tend the toil and mend the frowns with empty promises and racial admonishment. I bet tying your shoes is a big accomplishment. I'm astonished that our president rides the short bus to work.
We do not recognize the outcome of the election because we think it's flawed, and we are dealing with our friends to figure out how to deal with this flawed election.
And you're working hard to put food on your family.
No limits. Give me the mic, I stole the night. Tonight we out of sight. Tomorrow we're blowing, we're on Leno. Then we share the stage with Bone Crush on the late show tonight. You see the humble, conscious, and crazy. Yo, that's the popular type. Imagine that we still keep the crowd hype without the cope and against the blight. You see the populace, we down to fight for truth or right. The Marines, they keep calling me. You see Sergeants, the military type. Caught me on the stage show, like how I wrecked the mic. Savagely, with witty sarcasm and plenty of energy to provoke orgasms. When I told them I'm not into fascism, they looked at me and smiled and said, son, you just need discipline. You're forgiven. Now here's a pen and sign on the dotted line. Yeah, right there.
My name's Pendragon and I'm not signing shit, but I must admit that I'm addicted to quickness and lyrics slick enough to trick us into opening our eyes. Delusions of grandeur, stigmatized the enigma of success. Is it doing your best or outdoing all the rest? The probability that Opti Pop will reach the top is more than a slim shot. We slingshot rhymes to the back of your mind, digest over time, slowly decomposing the litany of spherical pedagogic logic. I promise persistent potency in each and every project. I'm literally a miracle. Literally, I'm lyrical. I've been empirically shown to be explicitly prone. Eclipsing your zone, we repose your throne and sent your monotonous ass home. Cause the populace seed is grown and we come to steal the show.
And I said, shit, I'd rather struggle, live off my rhyme. My producing, my DJing, my bass playing will help out at times. Regardless, I'ma live lawless. Flawless, maybe not, but imperfection over getting shot. Oh, come on, that's an easy question. Adversity and diversity kills the Opti-Pop. I'm overstressing. Faith and confidence gives me some positive cognitive drop. Turn a patriot into a hippie, facial hair growing, I'm off. This vibe will forever be sought. Up to the majority that rather or not. Revolutions provoke by thought. Enacting poverty drop. Economic onslaught. The wealth of Mother Earth evenly distributed. No more green paper and killing people of color for oil that eventually causes those river lakes and oceans be polluted. Bargains between an ordinary, hard-headed mind and ruined sound.
Use no person, place, or thing, or a version of complacent kings. We're human beings, intent on seeing hip-hop fiends mainline the ear canals with our venerated vows. OP is no person, place, or thing, or a version of complacent kings.
throwing verbal candies from the tightest flow in the rap parade. I see OP fighting the GOP, having the SOPs on the knees begging please. And I see OP show no mercy. I see OP as a VIP crew in the hip-hop zoo, dropping true skills instead of unlimited fills, gimmicks and frills. I see OP as a compendium of artists smart enough to see the conundrum of the humdrum pendulum swinging in the sun. I see OP as a reputation of the reputation that keeps the unwise polarized. I see OP getting plagiarized.
Brain crushing, shattering, flattery, fictitious or factually, I'm actually taxed by your opinions. Relax, stop lathering me, it no longer matters to me as long as it's your mind I'm splattering. Quickly exit over exasperated, expanded mind state. Rejuvenate, no need to retaliate, reacted to inspire cognition. No need to exhaust the tradition, I'm lifting, like-minded, I'm forgiven. Occasionally too stoned out, you'll see me drifting, but I'm driven back in the saddle on another mission. This is therapy, theatrical matrimony, and open-minded testimony. Amplified, distributed, recognized, and refuted. Critics are like a dime a dozen, do what they say. Those who can't do critiquing, those who got the heat, so keep the fire.
While my boy J fans the flame with a pollinator prowess consolidated into prose. Catapult colloquialism, the back hack colonialism, but vernacular isn't all that spectacular without the vocab to showcast my flow is miraculous. A caffeinated cacophony of laughing logic lodged in your frontal lobe, strobing images of hope. While we mope in the ditches, the brain holds riches we've only begun to tap. Rap bridges the gap between the rap race and right ways where crime pays, but only because the laws were flawed in the first place. Inflated ego can make you a celebrity, but I'm more interested in longevity and unifying a community through music, oozing out of the corner courtesy of yours truly. It's the duly anticipated arrival of the baddest show, a rival of the status quo. Pendragon's got the fattest flow.
OP is no person, place, or thing, or a version of complacent kings. We're human beings, intent on seeing hip-hop fiends mainline the hip canals with our venerated vows. OP is no person, place, or thing, or a version of complacent kings. We're human beings, intent on seeing hip-hop fiends mainline the hip canals with our venerated vows.
Thinking again, optimistically. Thinking again, thinking again, optimistically.
Breaking bread with the select, building the vibes, salivating the spit rhymes amongst the meek heathens. Put the monkeys in check, patronize puppets, clone the airwaves. I wouldn't clone it with a model like fuck it. They'd rather disown it than own up to it. The dance hall, I definitely shown up to it and ripped it fluid. Put it down for the west, my rhymes feel kinda like fuck you, fuck it, go screw it. My style's angry yet versatile on some new shit, some silver and true blue shit. Burn them like Clifton Bailey and King 157. A graphic combination from his alien, your cultural constellation. In short, serve, slew him, saw him next day on the street, still acted like I knew him. Twitch my head up with a little eye contact and receive the same. You see, we can battle civilly, maintain a level of respect and remold our abilities, involve our intellect in righteousness and stop settling for less, squashing any idea of adhering, squashing any idea of cheering for anything and just that. Simply loud and obnoxious, what the fuck, man, that's whack. Angry as fuck, shocked at this atrocity, almost embarrassing. Man, I can dig loud and obnoxious, typically, when it's done on carelessly, artistically, atypically. Man, these must be desperate times, that's why Opti's putting it down officially. Start your spitting, Gramdy's up next, you know he's fitting. Pendragon wraps it up in the end, until then he's mixing. Got heads tripping over the big words we're fitting, it can get intense. The populace rocking shows with confidence. Pessimists get cold shoulders and showers for 3 months. The repetitive playback of Optipops, old and new we cuts. Got those hits that hit your gut, getting heads all worked up. Goosebumps, catching butterflies, all shit, all shucks. It's time to wake the Optipop. Look at these cats exploiting hip-hop.
Now you think the money made you pussy raps ain't really that original. Now you think the money made you.
I'm trying my best to exist in the mainframe, living in the moment. The bass line's a stimulant, the microphone the main component, transferring sound waves to the front line. You want yours and I want mine, so let's make it happen. Cut the bullshit, get to rapping. My mental weaponry in full effect, yo, let's make it happen. I kick it up another notch, another step. I owe it to my reputation to let loose, nothing to lose. Caught between a dream and a day trip, I let the day slip by. Critical moment of mind expansion, opened up my third eye. Made the transition as smooth as possible. Intercepted transmissions of data to analyze the obstacle. It's an understatement to state OP's unstoppable. Crush your existence to rubble. And I'm talking about a megaton blast of words that lay waste to whole armies. It's do or die, and I already did. Turn solid thought particles to liquid that pour out of my being. And seeing is believing, but I can't believe what I'm seeing or practice what I'm preaching.
We got those hits that hit your gut, getting heads all worked up, goosebumps, catching butterflies, all shit, all shucked. It's time to wake the Opti-Pop. Look at these cats exploiting hip-hop. Look at these cats exploiting hip-hop.
I'm waging a war of shock and awe, like tetanus locks your jaw. I'll have you eating through a straw, sucking down to Jack Collins and chain smoking Paul Malls, going through withdrawals as you claw the tall walls of your own personal heaven worse. Heaven is the earth, though it has become more abundant, like a cummerbund soaked in blood. I've been told that I'm so ungracious, and I wear the badge of honor in this conglomerate of sheeple. Don't hate because I appreciate that which is so salacious. You bring the pond and I'll make the ripples like electroshock to your genitals, teeth and nipples, cause minuscule dimples in your epidermis. I hope I'm not making you nervous as I pack your illusion in a burlap sack and toss them shits in the river. From the flagjack I cast to the knapsack brats, everyone's attracted to the OP scat. Factual flows actually glow in the dark of an art form about to be reborn, torn between two worlds of temptation. I'm impatient to see this music make it into your player. The mind-slaying rhyme sayer, trained as a debater. I've come to deflate any orator who can't see farther than ice and fancy cars. Support your local indie rap stars and recognize that we raise the bar like Cuban cigars. Opti-Pop is far from a carbon copy. We don't barter in sloppy semantics or participate in pedantics. Don't panic cause the optimists are dropping this caustic positivity for the liberty.
We got those hits that hit your gut, getting heads all worked up, goosebumps, catching butterflies, all shit, all shucked. It's time to wake the Opti-Pop. Look at these cats exploiting hip-hop. Look at these cats exploiting hip-hop. We got those hits that hit your gut, getting heads all worked up, goosebumps, catching butterflies, all shit, all shucked. It's time to wake the Opti-Pop. Look at these cats exploiting hip-hop.
Beats are the perfect time to touch lighter to weed. Kick up your feet and reflect on life so sweet. This shit's more than a job to me. It's my philosophy to live on the fringes of an unhinged society where sobriety is propriety. I refuse to go quietly while my skin decays from ultraviolet rays, making Morse code out of malignant melanomas. Die young and leave a good-looking corpse is the MTV report, while cavorting hoarders make a sport out of rigor mortis. I abort that train of thought as I take another hit of pot. Now I'm hip to hop over the spring, one wise connection, one thing. The fungi blessing our brain. Opti-Pop holds reins to its own fate. Now half-baked I take aim at Garcia Vega, split him from end to end and discard his contents. Re-roll with a house blend. As I recline and inject my lungs, my mind reflects on the numb impression of rejection. I blow smoke in your general direction. My flows hard like minerals and erections as I make corrections to the lessons learned. We've heard if you bet it all on music, be prepared to lose it. Optimistic populists are here to use it, intruding on your cultural contusion. Yet I don't need to be forgiven cause I'm living in a permutation of your cash creation. But was I forced to the margins of that musical bargain? Nah, it was my choice to avoid the barrage of garbage that passes for art. I'd rather sit and sip my chronic tonic and pass it off to the Sarge.
When our time is up, at least we know we live life like folks on our own time and schedule. Bro, I'm so stoned, I'm stuffed with optimism and a populist that thinks of life as a pleasure.
I'm just an experience seeker, seeking an experience, exploiting my airspace. No reference to my place or coordinates. Insubordinates, go ahead, march out of formation when you hear this. Pondering the moon's appearance on a clear blue day. Imagination runs wild, fueled by the sun's rays. The opposition's intentions translucent. Behavior conducive to destruction. Bet I got the blueprint. I'm talking about keeping the funk up in function. Restructuring, packing a punch with a pen cause it lets me begin to express these feelings within. My cup stays full to the brim. Some don't understand, they oversit their position. Even in my wits end, even on my way down, I'll be wearing a grin cause I mastered the art of slack to bring me right back up again. This is not wasted ink, this is overflow from the think tank. The thought bank stays on swole from the dank we roll. This food for the soul, elevate the mood, stay in control of the situation. I try to be positive in my evaluation of these deranged engagements. Inoculated in formal arrangements with subliminal wavelengths. Retract no statements, in the dark stay illuminated with red eyes when I'm properly fumigated. They say you learn from your mistakes, and I got what it takes to let loose from the beat break. See how much heat the track can take, melt the verse and watch the beat coagulate in a metal acetate. Fragments of these frequencies levitate, never stagnant when I demonstrate the high viscosity flow that penetrates stones with high velocity elevated poems.
When our time is up, at least we know we live life like folks on our own time and schedule. Bro, I'm so stoned, I'm stuffed with optimism and a populist that thinks of life as a pleasure.
My lifeline runs clear to my elbow. My lifestyle may be straight but never narrow. My lifetime may be insignificant to the marrow of the universe, but I'll still sing like we were never cursed.